Warning, all characters in any improvised games are fictional and do not support the views of anyone in this podcast.
There were two failing actors, and I mean, kind of decided to make a podcast, so
and then one of them went to Rome.
Here it is. Sad times. No, it's all good. We're all good. No one's died yet. Jacky Boy is off to Rome, which is pretty exciting. He's out there with his significant other.
And we've got a significant brother.
We have a significant brother. So we had someone step in. Her name was Charlotte. But she's been kidnapped at the moment by gnomes, we believe. So we have a step in for the step in. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm the person you always know who does stuff in the late part of the podcast. I'm his brother, but I'm pointing at Victor. I'm Sid.
Sydney. You've heard of Sydney before. Pretty cool guy. With the tie.
Usually our space dungeon master.
But he's going to take over Jack's position this week, which I think is an improvement, if anything.
Does this mean I'm allowed to take the piss out of Jack?
All the time. That's pretty much all we do on this podcast anyway. Yeah. And now he's not here to fight back. So that's perfect. We'll do a little poll at the end of this. And if you guys prefer Sid, we can always kick Jack out. It's just one of those things. It's flexible. It's flexible.
Jack, you Aryan fuck.
Up first, we have a word from our sponsors.
Hey, it's Boris from Boris Bogies to Cash here. We take your bogies and give you stone hard cash. Don't ask what we're doing with the bogies, or you won't get the cash. Boris Bogies. We're not eating them.
Oh, really? I'm mining for gold.
Hey, cha. That's what Sid brings to the table. You see, amazing wordplay.
Yeah, and a fable too.
And a fable. I'd make so much money off that.
Boris's bogies.
Yeah.
Just fucking
get those bogies. Just flick them. Flick them over there. I've never done that. I've never flicked a bogey. I hear about that in movies and stuff. Where someone flicks a bogey. I've never done it.
By that advert, that's a waste of bogey.
It's a waste of bogey.
You should put it in a little pin, like a little tub, like Goldberg puts his skin in Austin Powers.
Let's not take this for granted, guys. The bogey cash game is
it's a serious business.
One to be picked.
Yeah.
Oh, you knows your pun.
Up next, we have topic of the week. So, quite sad news actually. Stephen Hawking has died today. I'm not sure what was the age he died at.
70 or 74. 76, sorry.
76.
Yeah.
76.
76.
I was going for it in reverse actually. I'm assuming that everyone who's listened to this has at least heard of him before. Scientist, bit of a genius.
Doesn't believe in IQ tests.
Interestingly. And he's kind of like an icon from like since I've been growing up.
Scientific icon, yeah.
But even like just in our culture,
yeah.
In general, like the most. I mean, I know very little about science. I was horrendous at school with it. Like didn't pay attention at all. Never really had too much of an interest in it. But the fact he's in kind of a lot of comedy stuff he's done, which is surprisingly for
he's
different comedy things, charities, done stuff in
Simpsons,
Futurama,
Big Bang Theory.
That's what he's famous for already, yeah.
That's the main thing he's for. No,
well, it was never
but the fact he had his the disease he had and yet stayed kind of down to earth as much as possible.
Yeah.
And, you know how like famous he was, how intelligent he was. He still managed to stay kind of grounded and keep a sense of humour, which is really impressive, because there's so many people who get diseases like he had and it just destroys a person really, but didn't let it happen to him, which is why, because I don't know anything about science, so I don't really, all his achievements, I'm not like, oh my god, these achievements, because I don't know anything about it, but the fact he's managed to survive this long with that disease and still kind of be himself is what I'm most impressed with, really.
If I remember correctly, he was given 2 years to live in October. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's 1964.
Yeah.
And so lived and decided, well, you know what? I'm going to live another 54 years.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like the sheer will and determination to do that. What are your guys' thoughts then, really?
Well, I mean, in my personal opinion, it always seems like from an outsider's point of view, it seemed like he never let the fact that his body didn't work so well be a debilitating factor in his life. It seemed like he always thought his mind was the most important thing, and that's where he could be free, which meant, again, from an outsider's point of view, that it looked like he was very happy in himself and could remain that way.
Yeah. How about you, V?
Yeah, no, he achieved a lot for someone, especially coming from a disadvantage. But to be honest, I'm a bit ignorant on what he...
No, I am as well. You know, I'm
on his achievements. I know. Is he the one who discovered black holes and stuff? Came up with the black hole theory.
I have no idea if he came up with black hole theory. There was a lot of theories. He's very famous for doing. I can't actually remember them off the top of my head.
Is he part of, or is he string theory yet?
We'll let our researchers look that up quickly. This is what I mean.
It's good that we prepared and did our research.
This is what I mean, though. I'm completely ignorant on most of his achievements, but I still know him. Which is crazy considering I'm not in that field at all.
Yeah.
It's quite impressive because a lot of people who aren't into say a certain sport. I'm not into rugby. I know no rugby players. I can't name a single rugby player. And that's a more well-known.
Franz Ballington.
Oh, apart from good old Franz Ballington, a hero. And something like rugby is a lot more televised than science.
Yeah.
So the fact that he is so well known, I think almost anyone. He's one of those few people that everyone's heard of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Everyone's heard of Elvis. Everyone's heard of Stephen Hawking. Everyone's heard of
Franz Ballington.
Franz Ballington. He's the one rugby player. He's an absolute beast, by the way, underrated.
Comedy legend as well.
Comedy legend as well, and not bad sewing expert as well.
Yeah, very good. Cross stitch, especially.
Yeah. How's our researcher done?
Not very well. I'm not very good at this. Apparently, my Google skills have failed me. But I mean, I don't actually know if it's entirely necessary to know the things that he's done as such, because obviously we can appreciate the life that he's given and the work he's done for the scientific community, but at the same time, he has been a part of many people's lives throughout time for different reasons, and you can have your own anecdotes and your own stories and stuff like that based upon how you have reflected on his life and how he has affected you guys. I mean, I like science and I like that sort of thing, so it's quite difficult to think of things off the top of your head, but seeing some of the stuff that he's been a part of, you don't realise he's been a part of, it's like, wow, this guy has had a very, very far-reaching influence. So you said earlier about him being on Futurama, Simpsons and stuff like that. You can tell that's a different element of his influence, but it's a completely different field, effectively.
I suppose it can inspire, especially when it's in more I suppose the target audience of things like Simpsons and Futurama is more at young adults or kids.
He's also friends
getting
with
them
Jimmy Carr.
influenced.
Sorry.
Oh, he's friends with Jimmy Carr as well. Yeah. Well, he had a good sense of humour.
When you're clever, you laugh.
When you're clever. Nice. Up next, we have The Magical Adventures of Jacky Boy Village.
The Magical Adventures!
Chapter 6.
Chapter 6!
So, Sid, we're going to do a little bit of recap for you here. This is similar to the game you play.
Is he playing Jacky Boy?
You're going to be taking over the role of Jacky Boy.
I'm straight up cutting off his dick.
So, you'll see if you get a chance. So this is similar to the game we played with you before, but instead where you are the dungeon master and you get to roll dice, I'm basically the author. I just get to decide. If I want you to mess up and die, I'm going to let you mess up and die. But it's more, if you guys get yourselves in a stupid situation, I won't give you an instant out. Like if you jump off a cliff, you're going to die. You know what I mean? There's no possibility of then a 20 coming and a dove's going to come down and save you, basically. Or the eagles, because the eagles solve everything in fantasy.
They really should have flown those all the way there from the start, but who am I to judge?
Oh man, I've seen so many videos on that though and why they didn't, but I don't know. So basically, what happened, this is chapter 6, which is titled Snoz Snoz Whiz Whiz Yes Yes, which Victor might know as How the Rat People Speak who are in this.
Oh.
So episode 1, Jacky Boy. The village from the village of Jacky Boy Village was named after him because he was born under a meteor. Went up to a cave to discover where missing villagers had gone, and he discovered there was this big rat kind of wizard and hundreds and thousands of rats there, and he eventually got everyone dead. So Victor's doing some weird stuff in the background. It's really throwing me off. What are you doing?
It's really
I can just see you looking at your corner of your eyes at him, and I was like,
What is that?
For people who don't know, who are listeners,
cannot see.
I'm just taking some CBD oil.
Because he's a hardcore drug addict like that. This is really like interesting to watch. Alright, back into it. So he goes up to this big cave. Fails
For
to
my
save
neck pain.
fails to save any villagers. In fact, quite selfishly leaves some behind. And the whole place kind of comes tumbling down. But one rat escaped, and this rat has kind of followed them throughout their adventures and has multiple times attempted to kill them. Episode 2, Varagon turned up.
Hello there.
Wandering storyteller who is very
Continuative. Varagon the Continuative is my name.
And together they've kind of teamed up to go on several adventures. And they both got addicted to a substance called Snozwiz, which is this universe's cocaine, but it's like 20 times better.
Okay.
So those are the first episodes. Episode 3, the Snozwiz dried up. There's no Snozwiz in the town.
Mm-hmm.
So they went to go see the Wizard of Snoz, who turned out to be the rat that was trying to kill them. And they managed to escape that, and then they went to the Rampaging Snozler episode, where they've realised Snozwiz is actually dandruff from these giant creatures who have been scared away. That's why it was so scarce at the time. And they defeated the big Rampaging one, scaring them off. So Snozwiz has come back into it. And then last episode, it was a Surda Wistery, where someone was stealing Snozwiz from the town, because they've now got a big, accumulated tons of it. And they realised that it was actually had healing properties, like really good ones, so everyone decided to go cold turkey. But I seem to remember you guys still doing a lot of Snozwiz.
Well, the thing about Snozwiz is, once you go Snoz, you never go Wiz.
So that's the problem.
Does that mean you're can't pee?
Well, I don't want to say the pee is more dusty now.
So last episode, it was a trap who you assume is from the rat. I'm pretty sure it's from the rat.
We've made assumptions.
Who ended up burning down the entire supply of Snozwiz with those guys inside.
In the building.
And they escaped. But the village elder, from advice from a guard who they'd seen earlier, then kind of lazing around, basically said you guys should go on gardening leave because you've kind of lost your touch. So he sent you guys away to a spa. And you've just returned. So this is how our new one starts. So our heroes have finally returned for a final showdown with their arch nemesis.
Oh.
Our heroes return from a well-earned vacation to the spas of the Mushroom Gnome's luxury resort to find Jacky Boy Village under control of the rat assassin and his magic staff. He's unbelievably amped up on Snozwiz that he stole, so the rat was the one stealing Snozwiz. And he's grown 5 times in size, absolutely ripped. He used the Snozwiz like roids. So will our heroes reclaim their village, or will it be lost forever?
Oh, shit, there.
So you guys, you've come back from your well-earned spa. Jacky Boy almost feels like a new man, I would dare say. Varagon still feels fairly similar. And you guys turn up to the village. There's no guards posted.
Well, okay. Wow, I feel like a new man.
Mm-hmm. You sound different. You hear a random voice in the wind.
I don't know if I trust this new Jacky Boy. What's his opinions on Snozwiz?
Wow. After that day spa, I think it's bad.
Varagon kind of looks a bit disgusted here, but you guys carry on towards the village nonetheless. A little bit surprised there are no guards.
So, I look around. What else can we see? Like, just buildings and...
Well, so you're on the outside. You've got a palisade wall. It's like a wooden wall all the way around the village. And a big gate. It's just open.
I get my my horn out, ready to stab anyone.
Mm-hmm, just in case.
Do I have anything with me, like equipment-wise?
Yes, you have your classic Jacky Boy sword.
Okay. Is that like shaped like a J?
Hmm? No, it's just it's a really terrible sword, but Jack's been carrying it around for a while. So
Jack's specialty is stabbing things in the face.
He's basically the stabber.
Okay.
And you have a little bag of Snozwiz hidden away that everyone doesn't know about because you've been keeping some of the leftovers. And you have a little bit of food, a little bit of water.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Do I have a cocaine nail?
Yes, you've grown a cocaine now, and you've been tending at the spa that it's, for the look.
Yeah.
Snozwiz.
Snozwiz. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You hear nothing from the village, by the way.
I stand behind a tree and take a small hit of Snozwiz.
It hits your system. You've been only doing tiny bets at the moment, so it hits pretty hard. You're feeling pretty amped right now.
Okay.
Alright, I shout, "Where be thee?" Loud.
Where be the loud?
I know, I just say, "Where be thee?" very loud.
Oh, where be thee? There's no reply.
I walk in.
You walk into the village?
Yeah.
The village is pretty much as you guys left it. There's a pile of rubble on the raised platform where the storage room had been previously. The villagers seem to be not there.
I go check the rubble for more snozzlers.
You search for it, but there seems to be nothing, not even a scrap left.
Where's the main palace?
There is a palace. There's a big town hall.
Let's go to the town hall.
Yeah, you walk through the marketplace. You notice there's still food left everywhere in the marketplace. It's gone slightly rotten.
Ooh.
All the food that's been left out.
Is there any refrigerators?
No.
Okay. The town. Are we getting close to the town hall?
Yeah, you're starting to walk towards the town hall, going through the marketplace.
I'm
A few strides off.
I'm assuming we know this area, right? Like,
You guys know very well. You were born here.
Okay, so
Raised up. The town was named after you.
Oh, good.
As you clearly know, Sir Jacky Boy.
Yes. Is there a back door to the town hall?
Yes, there is.
Okay, that's where I want to go.
Okay, so you want to walk round to the back door.
Yeah, I'll come.
What do you want to do, Varagon?
I'm going to knock on the front door
Mm-hmm.
and then walk with Sid round to the back. Jacky Boy round to the...
No, it's nice. I don't know who the Sid character is. I'm sure he would
to the
great
side door.
importance.
Yeah, I'm going to knock. I'm going to wait around the corner and peek just a little bit. See if anyone
the
opens.
door creaks open slightly, only a few inches.
What, the back one?
No, the front door.
The one I
You're
knocked at
walking
and
round
hid.
to the back.
Okay. When I get to the back door, can I just can I enter it silently?
You try to enter it and it's locked.
Can I unlock it with my skills?
You can give it a go. What do you want to try and do?
Unlock it with my skills.
And what skills would those be?
Putting a sword in the keyhole and smashing until it unlocks.
Stabbing the lock in the
So
face.
you've started to stab the lock,
In the face.
but the lock is, again, one of the village's classic, comically overlarge locks, about the size of my head.
Okay.
And hitting of the sword
Jordan
doesn't
has
seem
an
to do
average
much.
size head for the listeners.
Yes. Bit of a big forehead, but that's where my brain is. The lock doesn't seem to care.
Well,
Okay. Jacky Boy, what are you playing at? This is a lock. It's got to be picked continuatively.
okay then, Varagon. Pick the lock then.
I go up to the lock and stealthily, very cleverly pick it continuatively.
So Varagon looks down at the lock, tries to do a little bit of his magic with his fingers, magic fingers as he's known as, and realises the lock's actually just loose and it's not fully clicked in. So whoever locked it didn't do a very good job. He just lifts it out.
Okay. Before you try and break in, always check the lock.
And he kind of, Jacky Boy has a knowing nod. Just great. That's some life advice I'm going to take to my grave.
I'll save him a couple of... Yeah.
Yeah.
So I enter as silently as I can. I enter.
As long as you can, you enter. So do you want to follow in?
I enter.
Yeah. Stealthily
Nice and
enter.
stealthily.
You come to the back of it. Also, was a stage. It's like a raised platform where the village elders normally gather. And down below, where not the basic villagers, those basic villagers, ones we don't associate ourselves with normally,
Yeah,
but they're where they normally.
All basic bitches.
Basic bitches.
Rob from accounts. And
Rob from accounts. Elaine,
Elaine and Karen from
groceries
HR.
and all sorts. They're
Right,
where they
regional.
normally gather. There is a giant.
They're all in HR.
There's a giant metal cage. With all the villagers seem to be crammed into.
Oh, shit.
They haven't noticed you enter.
Okay, Varagon, stop. That's a trap.
Jacky Boy rather loudly says, "Varagon, stop! That's a trap!" And all the villagers turn up in one go.
And I just look at...
Villagers, stop.
I slowly look over to Jacky
over
Boy
there. It's a trap.
with wondering, sighing eyes. and I whisper, I know.
The villagers all as one scream.
Alright.
Villagers, shut up.
They continue to scream. It's a piercing scream. It
I go
sounds
back
really
outside.
human. You go back outside. Well, I ain't facing this challenge. I'm just going to... Varagon, not cowardly, tactically, goes back outside.
And I
quite
check
quickly.
the lock.
Yeah.
And I pull the padlock off.
Yes, because
and
you don't want to happen what happened last time they
Yeah.
got locked in.
Not twice in one day.
It almost happened. You take the lock. Are you staying inside the town hall?
At the moment, yeah, this feels very.
I come back
The
in, by the way.
Patriot-like.
You come back in. Yeah.
I just take the lock off the
Oh,
door so
okay,
they
you
get
come back
locked
in.
out.
It seems very the Patriot-like, so I'm gonna see if anything's doused in any form of flammable liquid.
Not that you can tell. There's a strange musky smell in the air.
Do I recognise the smell?
Yes.
What is it? Rat.
Yes. From the very first episode, you recognise the smell
Oh wow.
from all the way back.
Good. Is it Snoz's rat?
No. Well, you can smell a little bit of Snozwiz in the air, which you're surprised at because there wasn't any Snozwiz here when you left. The villagers are still screaming and staring at you. All their eyes are kind of slowly turning white.
I look around the room just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I see? Anything
So
else?
the room is getting completely overthrown and kind of raided. Chairs are all over the place. There's feces as well, kind of lumped around the place. Some of the villagers have probably thrown their feces out of the cage to try and get it away. That's all you can see kind of on
Is
the
the
ground.
cage suspended, or is it just on like a plinth? Did it just say a plinth with a cage on it?
No, so
Or is it
it's basically, imagine upside down spikes have been hammered into the wooden ground all the way around. Really close together to form a cage.
Can they not climb over them?
No, the spikes on top as well. It's very high.
Oh, okay.
I withdraw my massive, giant horn tusk thing. I go, rat fucker, show thyself. Continuatively.
You hear, Manfin, yes.
And I look around the room and I listen to where he's scurrying.
Do I have any other equipment?
Nope, that's all you've got.
Okay.
You have a brochure from the spa.
Okay.
You got
sock.
the wit of Jacky Boy.
You have the wit of Jacky Boy.
Okay, I take the sword
Mm-hmm.
and I stab the cage in the face.
You stab. Okay, you walk up. So you're currently on the raised platform.
Yep.
So as you walk down, you get hoisted up into the air by something, but you're unsure what of.
I cut the thing that's hoisting me up in the air.
You try to swing your sword, but you can't quite reach.
I take off my sock because I know I've got a spare.
Yeah. You take off you're trying to take off your sock.
Yep.
So you're okay. He's trying to climb up his own leg.
I
at the
go
moment,
out
so
and
we're
around. I look around the stairs. I run up the stairs.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's an upper level.
And I go up a level.
Okay, so you go up the stairs on your left, all the way to the top. So you're looking down now onto the cage.
I shout, "There we go! Cut! If there's a rope, can you cut it? Thanks."
And I
You
go,
see his.
not till you learnt your lessons.
I want to stab the cage in the face.
You see, he's not being dangled by rope, but instead a tail with a knife attached to the end of it.
Yeah, dude, cut that too.
I cut the tail.
It's too far away. You're on the raised
I
platform.
use my sling.
Use your sling. With the accuracy of a man who's really good with a sling, you clip the tail unravels, and Jacky Boy falls to the floor. But as he's been swinging back and forth, he actually falls into the cage.
Oh.
All the villagers kind of take a step back, turn to face him, and start screaming as one.
I ignore them and I stab the cage in the face.
Okay, you try and stab the cage in the face,
I go
nothing
between
happens.
two of the sticks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I use the sword to lever the sticks backwards and forwards.
Okay, you're starting to do that, and you can see some of the poles are starting to bend. But now you can hear, kill, yes, manfins.
Can I see the rat?
You want to look around for the rat?
Yeah.
You don't see the rat himself, but you see several shadows kind of moving around from different locations, coming from up above in the beams.
I put the sling away and I get the old tusk out again.
Mm-hmm, you get the tusk out.
I throw the brochure into the centre of the mass of people.
The people then turn to face the brochure and start screaming.
I carry on bending.
And carry on bending. You're starting to make a bit of damage now. You're damaging the sword as well quite badly. It's blunting it.
Is there any torches around?
It's fine.
Yes, there's some torches on the
I'll
walls.
grab some torches.
You grab a torch. Mm-hmm. You grab a torch.
I walk around and I say, where are you, you little rat fuckers?
So as you say, little rat fuckers,
Yeah.
you see a red eye in the shadows.
I lunge for it.
You lunge for it with the torch.
No, with the horn in the other hand.
So you lunge for it with the horn.
Yeah.
You feel the horn sinking into something. You realise the rat you once knew has now about 10 times the size of what it once was. And you've just, with your little horn, it's quite a big horn, but compared to the rat, it's tiny, just jabbed him a little bit in the knee. He is giant, and he's clawed himself in the top corner of the town centre with his nails dug into the ceiling.
I aim for his dick.
You aim for his dick?
Yeah.
You swing at where you presume his dick was, and you kind of start jabbing there, but no reaction.
No reaction.
No.
Dickless. Fucking hell.
You receive a backhanded smack to the side of the face, and you go flying back down to the
Last floor.
original level. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I try and quickly bust out Jacky Boy.
Mm-hmm. So with your help, you start pulling on the beams as well as you with your sword.
Yeah. I start as it gets further. I start jimmying the sword gradually more and more down, so I can get more and more leverage to move even
Yeah,
further.
and it pings in one go, and one of the poles that have been down spins out of position.
Can I fit through the gap?
Yes,
I do
you can
that.
squeeze through.
Cool.
All the villagers start very slowly kind of trying to wander through.
Can they get through?
Yes.
Yeah.
Apart from maybe Fat Dave from accounts, but he's low in the queue.
He's low in the pecking order as well.
Fine.
Survival of the
The
fittest.
giant rat jumps down to your level, and it makes a big thud sound as it lands. It's huge. It almost makes the town centre shake itself.
Townspeople, attack!
The townspeople all turn to face the giant rat and just start screaming. Their eyes have gone even like bright white now, kind of flickering. He's holding giant rat, the staff. You may not know about this, Jacky Boy, because your memory is not what it once was. Which is a demon-possessed staff, which makes the user kind of do certain tasks before it can be freed. He's holding that in one hand and lifting it up, and it's glowing white.
What the rat's holding that?
Yeah.
Can I give one of the members of the public a sniff of Snozzwiz?
You can try.
I try.
You shove it up their nose, and clamp the other side of their nose. They have to breathe it up in.
Yep.
Their eyes kind of slowly fade back to normal with the Snozzwiz kind of healing abilities that it does have, and they start feeling more themselves. And they seem to notice you for the first time, grab you, like what the hell is going on?
I say.
You know this is a Gary.
Okay, I say, Gary. I know you usually accounts, but what you need to do right now is take this bag of Snozzwiz, give it to every single person here, and tell them to do exactly the same thing. Give them a little bit. The next person, get all these people out of here as soon as possible, or kill the rat, whatever.
Go. A very rare good idea by Jacky Boy. This happens, and Gary kind of follows your orders. He's quite stressed out, but he does what you say. He trusts you. You're Jacky Boy. You're the hero.
Yay.
And he goes around and starts giving Snozzwiz to everyone.
Sling, and I aim for them red eyes peering at me. I aim for them right in the little fucking rat massive eyes.
You miss
Alright.
and hit a beam behind him, and the rat turns around because of the noise and smashes the beam, and the beam completely collapses. But the building's still standing.
Okay.
I say, right, let's get everyone out as fast as we can. There'll be enough Snozzwiz outside. We'll do
About
it.
half the people have kind of had the Snozzwiz now.
Okay.
Most of them are making their way out, but Gary, heroic Gary from accounts, is staying behind to help out.
Yeah, just get as many people as you can outside. If you need to administer Snozzwiz, do it outside. Also, I run up the stairs.
You run up the stairs. You've run up the right hand side this time to avoid the giant rat, who's now walking towards Varagon.
I wanted to.
But he walks on all fours, but with his fists.
Okay. Is he down yet, or is he still up top?
The rat is down. He jumped down.
Okay, cool. I jump from the balcony onto the rat's head and try and stab him through the head.
So with your sword, I'm assuming you're using your
Yes,
sword.
just like.
Yep, you jump down, you land on the rat's back, slam down with your sword, but its hide's too thick, you can't even pierce it. Your sword's quite damaged as well, now it's not very sharp.
Fine, I go straight. I change my mind, climb up the stairs as fast as I can, and go to his eyes.
You go to his eyes. The rat intercepts you with a giant clubbed hand and pulls you off, and he's kind of dangling you in front of him now. He's manically laughing as well.
I put the
9/10 of the villagers are now kind of out.
Get out!
Over his hand.
I start burning the building down.
You try to put a sock over his giant hand. Yeah. You attempt to pull the spare sock you had out of your rucksack. You manage to fit it over his pinky.
Okay, then I grasp onto the pinky.
You go onto the pinky. He's slowly moving you towards his mouth. He's going to take a nice little chunk out of you.
I quickly fire like a sling worth or something down his throat while his mouth's open, so he chokes.
Nice, you hit it.
Yeah.
As well, and in anger, he throws Jacky Boy at you.
Okay.
I do a cartwheel in the air.
You do a cartwheel in the air, making your feet land on Varagon's face where he'd just been pimp slapped.
Cheers.
You both
Cheers,
crumple to the floor, and you've noticed all the villagers have escaped, but Gary, from accounts, picks up the spike, the giant spike that was caging them, and runs directly at the giant rat.
I go, Gary, go!
I decide that this is a good point to just go, you know what? I need a better sword. So, are there any better swords around?
So there's two ceremonial swords up on the wall, up on the very top level, at the back, where the elders would be sitting.
I throw my sword at them.
Up. You throw your sword all the way up, hits the swords off the wall.
I see. Can I grab the swords?
You can climb up to the top layer if you want.
I do that.
Okay, you climb up to the top layer. You've got to climb all the way back up now because you've been thrown all the way down.
That's fine.
And there's two ceremonial swords that are on the floor.
I take them.
You take both?
I take one.
You take one.
You want to chuck one down to him?
Yeah, I've chucked one to Varagon.
Cool, you chuck one down to Varagon.
And I see it.
Blade first.
Yes.
But luckily Varagon manages to kind of just step aside from that and pick it up from the floor again.
After doing this,
You've noticed Gary is currently getting his head chewed off. So he ran with the spike, completely missed, and instead hit one of the 3 remaining wooden beams in the town centre. The rat lifted him up, just like he did you, by his feet, but this time munched straight on his head. You can hear just screams of Gary.
I go for the jump thing again.
And I look at Gary and I go, collateral damage. And I grab the sword and I start charging at him with the new ceremonial sword to see if it pierces the skin.
Nice. So you manage to reach up to him before Sid manages his leap. And you stab him in the exact same place you had before, in the kneecap, and the blade sinks pretty deep this time. And he screams. And he's flailing around now as Jacky Boy is attempting to land on him, making it a bit harder. But with your ceremonial sword, you manage to stick it down into his flesh, just on his shoulder, and kind of hold on deep. He goes berserk by this and smashes around all around him, flailing, throws Gary into one of the wooden beams, and the wooden beam creaks.
I go, I guess it's what he needed a shoulder to cry on. and I look really smug.
Jacky Boy laughs, even though he's in this like really dangerous position.
I try and move the sword over to his spinal cord.
Okay, you stop cutting through. It's taken you quite a long time though, but it is working its way
I go for
there.
the penis area.
You go for the penis area, and this time you see a giant. It kind of makes you feel a little bit small. Not gonna lie. Yeah. You see some giant testicles swinging around.
Hey, Varagon, why don't you suck
But you don't see his actual dick. You just see the balls. And you manage to cut one of his balls off. Nice. He goes berserk and runs directly into the beam he threw Gary into, smashing the beam. You can hear like a heavy groaning from the town hall now.
Oh yeah. Just slice them up even more.
I carry on doing what I'm doing. I'm just like, let's just go for this one.
I go for the other knee as well. So
the giant rat jumps backwards away from Varagon and tries to land on its back.
I just hold on.
You hold on. You get smashed into the floor underneath the weight of this giant rat, and you can feel several of your bones fracturing.
Now it's laying on its back.
Carry on doing this.
Yeah, and Jacky Boy's underneath the giant rat.
Okay.
He's screaming quite loudly now.
Facewards?
Yeah, so the rat is facing upwards, and he was stuck into his back. The blade has now sunk really deep, though. Yeah. It's gone all the way through, and it's poking out the front.
I'm going for the brain.
But you're being squished underneath, like your bones are breaking.
I'm going to run up on the giant rat and stab it right through the brain.
Mm-hmm. As you try and do that, it's almost impossible. There's no way this giant rat would have the speed to block you. But the staff he's holding swings across at inhuman speeds and blocks your blow.
I take Snozwiz.
You can't do anything. You're flattened at the moment.
I try and do this, like with the sword.
You try and pull the sword.
Like the shape weight.
The rat feels kind of a deep irritation and rolls back onto its front and gets up to all fours.
And I shout before it gets up. I shout like that. Yeah. Which is.
And I go, what?
And as he moves over, I go, eviscerate him.
And I go, what rate him?
Stab him in the stomach.
And I go, you're not my dad.
Not yet.
The rat is now swinging back at you, Varagon, with the giant staff.
Alright, I do a quick tuck and roll.
Mm-hmm. You manage to, by a hair's width, manage to roll.
Slash him in the other knee, quickly slash him in the other knee.
He collapses to the ground slightly.
And then straight to the stomach going across.
Yeah, you slice across his stomach and he falls backwards into one of the 2 remaining pillars. And it creaks loudly.
I jump inside.
He's bleeding down pretty bad now.
I jump inside and I start slicing him from the inside like in a cartoon.
Yeah, you start slicing, you're cutting it up real bad, you see guts and everything. But then it starts to sew itself back together. Flesh is kind of moulding its way back together. And it's been sewn back and you can see the staff vibrating in his hand. And it's glowing even lighter.
I take some Snozwiz.
You take some Snozwiz and you can feel your bones kind of... I'm trying to think of the correct word here. Kind of soldering back together. Welding back together is what I'm thinking of. Welding back together. But you feel pretty fragile.
I just jump and try and remove his hand that's holding the staff.
Mm-hmm. So you're gripped. Are you trying to cut it off or are you trying to pull the staff away?
I'm going to cut the hand off.
Yeah, you don't want to touch the staff. He did that in like episode 2 and it's bad. So you start hacking down at his wrist. You've got about 3/4 of the way through before the rat reacts and punches you directly in the chest. You go flying back into the back wall of the town centre and you can feel your bones re-breaking.
I take more Snozwiz.
Your last hit, Snozwiz. You take up, half a hit, if anything. Your bones kind of go back together. You feel really rough. You can probably walk.
I
run.
shout out the front. Any village got his nostrils left?
No one can hear you. The rat's making a lot of noise.
I start slicing up towards the arm and try and slice the arm off on the inside.
From the work Jacky Boy's already done, you manage to cut off the arm. Arm collapses to the floor, and the staff kind of loses its glow.
And I start slicing him straight to the face now.
Straight to the face. You're just stabbing him and stabbing him and stabbing him in the face.
I attempt to join him.
Jacky Boy walks over limping. This has been coming since episode 1, this revenge. Comes over, stands above the rats with your ceremonial sword, which is now pretty fucked up, not going to lie.
It's only ceremonial.
You hold it down, downwards grip, straight down through the skull. The rat becomes lifeless. You hear a whispering from the staff.
What does it say?
You can't quite make out what the actual words are forming.
I stick my ear right next
It's
to it.
more of a...
I ignore it and take a giant shit on the rat's dead open stabbed face.
You pull down your trousers and you start shitting.
I attempt to speak parcel tongue.
The staff is starting to glow more and more. The villagers have opened the door now because the commotion seems to have stopped. And they're all starting to flood back in.
He's very gone shitting.
They see you shitting, but they don't care. They've all flooded in now. They're mourning Gary, but the entire village is now inside this town.
Gary will blow up.
Wait, did Gary die?
Yeah, Gary got very died.
Oh.
And they've all now flooded in. They're cheering very loudly. The staff is starting to vibrate
what are we doing
more
with
and
the
more.
staff, Sid?
I'm going to cut out the heart of the rat.
Jacky Boy.
You do that. You cut out the heart.
And I
of the
say, get out, and then you run. Then I run.
So before you have a chance to run, the staff starts levitating and vibrating even more. You notice there's snoswiz drooling out of the eyes on the staff. There's a skull there. And it's oozing out, and it explodes outwards.
Ooh.
That's the end of Chapter 6 of the magical adventures of Jacky Boy Village. Dun, dun, dun. You did good, considering you had no idea what was going on. You almost killed Jacky Boy. All your bones are broken and fractured.
You're welcome, Jack.
So yeah, that's a little present for you, Jack. So yeah, the staff's completely exploded outwards.
Jack, just be grateful you still got a penis.
And so this will return next week for the second to last episode, and it's called Snosbees. Snosbees. Next we have a word from our sponsor.
Hey, it's Mork from Mork's Emporium here. Do you yearn for nutritional-based board games?
I do.
Do you love the idea of family fun, but know your brother Ted needs to eat his 5 a day? Well, that's why I invented Mork's Magnificent Melon or Mango, where you decide whether it's melon or mango. Only at Mork's Emporium. See you soon.
No, I was at work earlier, and I was telling my friends, like, what do I need in my diet right now? And I think that solved all my problems there in one go.
Melon or mango?
Yeah.
I think I bet both.
It's a quiz-based game where you can either have melon or mango.
Possibilities are nearly endless.
I mean, yeah, it's like a dichotomy of possibilities. Your choice? Melon or mango?
Oh, mango juice is good. I'd probably go melon. If
Sorry
I had
to ask you such a brain.
And Vic?
Watermelon.
Oh, but that's the trump right there. Watermelon all day, every day.
Watermelon.
Especially in the summer.
Man, I used to have Brazilian watermelon juice when I was a kid. Like, you used to better buy it. I can't find it anywhere. I've looked online for it. It just doesn't exist.
That was
It's
crack,
weird.
bro. They had
It's probably
crack
crack.
in it,
Yeah, apparently it's crack.
That's a real
Got
thing.
taken off the market. They found 5 pounds of Colombian cocaine.
Up next, a sound intervention. So unfortunately, young Sidamaya, you're not going to be involved in this section.
No, I'm going to just
I'm
appear
I'm assuming you know what happens in this section.
Yeah, I'm just going to appear
So
offline.
each week we review an album one of us has suggested. Jacky Boy, don't worry, you will still get Jacky Boy's review. He's reviewing this next week along with our next album. And last week was my turn to choose, and I chose Malibu by Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
So Victor, I'll let you start considering this is the album I chose. What
Yes.
did you think of the album?
No, I liked it. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Very jazzy, but no, not jazzy and soulfully. Like, his voice is very unique, and it's one of those albums like you can just chill to. You don't need anything to.
I definitely know the feeling. Yeah.
I listened to it twice actually. I thought I said once, but I listened to it twice all the way through. One when I was editing the podcast, and one yesterday. Like, I couldn't pick out any standalone tracks. Like, so it was but I think it's one of those ones that will grow on me.
Yeah.
And like the features on it are quite cool as well. So
Yeah, man, it all works.
Tweeb Kelly. Is that it? Did I say that right? I can't say that right.
No, it's... I don't have the list. I can say one of his names in front of me.
Yeah, the
yeah,
rapper,
yeah.
He does good songs. His voice is, and the guitars on it, like electric guitar. I love it. That's all I got to say for it. Like, it's a very good album. Like, if you just want to have in the background as well.
Yeah,
like, if you're doing something, if I'm just going to be like fucking doing like some work around the house or something, it'd be quite good to have the back. Like, I listen to a lot of lo-fi, and it's not that similar to lo-fi at all, really. But it's one of those things you can just sort of get on with things too without being obsessed with the lyrics or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys may have noticed I'm a bit of a hip hop fan. So this is my first suggestion, which isn't 100% all the way through hip hop. There's a little bit involved. And I heard this guy because of Dr. Dre's Compton album. He's on a ton of the hooks. And this is kind of like a neo soul.
Okay,
type
neo soul.
Jazzy.
I read soul. I wasn't too sure of the genre.
Yeah, I think it's like neo soul, jazz,
like a
little
fusion,
bit of hip hop, kind of fusion of everything. So it's not what I normally go for. And I heard about 3 Chords this album before I decided to suggest it. I wanted to hear more. I was really impressed, man. I love it. Which is surprising, like, because it's not my type of music normally. Standout tracks for me, the number one track for me is Come Down. And it's got like crazy like bass guitars in it. I've been obsessed with that song now ever since I heard it. And it's one of my songs of whatever year this came out, I don't care, it'd be up there with I think it came out last year. It's a really dope song. And the final two, Celebrate and The Dreamer. It's kind of funny because a couple of weeks ago I spoke about how nice it was Joey Badass did a song about celebrating, like making. I was like, no one else is doing this right now. And then there's a song called Celebrate by Anderson .Paak, which is kind of cool. I mean, this dude has got so much potential, and it's a completely different voice, can be a different style. But I feel in a way he could have the same kind of impact, maybe not the same impact, but same usefulness as like Nate Dogg.
Oh, okay.
Where on hip hop songs his voice suits really well.
The hook master.
And he could be a bit of a hook master, and he definitely was on Compton. His hooks were some of the high points, I think, for that album for me. So I feel like he can kind of fill that role. I mean, he's obviously got great solo work himself. I think recently he's got an album coming out which is Dre's heavily involved with on like a solo album.
That's pretty good. Is he produced by Dre or like?
He's signed to Dre.
He's signed to Dre. Okay.
Yeah. Which got me thinking, how many people has Dre brought out who are just super good?
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Like elite
when you
list,
think
like
of like
Eminem,
Kendrick Lamar, two of the biggest rappers ever.
Yeah.
Both from him.
50
Even
Cent,
like Exhibit, Half by 50 Cent, Game. People like recently Anderson .Paak's been blowing up. And it's kind of him. Next, John Connor, you better release that goddamn album. I've been waiting on that for years. But no, really exciting album for me. Really interesting, and it might even get me into more kind of different styles of music, I think, because I just found it so interesting.
A gateway musician.
Yeah, it's like a gateway musician. And 100% what you were saying about, I feel I played this album through 2 or 3 times, and most of the time it's just chilling, doing something else, and it's a good album to kind of chill to and listen to.
I wasn't able to pick out too much of the tracks because I had it on a full playlist.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I had it in the background, so I wasn't like.
Yeah, it all molds well, quite nice. It was quite cohesive.
Yeah.
I don't really have too many negative bits about it. Occasionally, on like 1 or 2 songs, it went a little bit poppy, which I'm also keen on that sound. But apart from that, it was a really good album. This week, it is the victorious Victor's turn to choose an album, I believe.
Okay. So as I was saying, really quickly, without pausing the microphone.
So think of an album, definitely not. So professional.
I'm going to go with J. Cole's Truly Yours EP, number 1. He's done 2 Truly Yours EPs.
I'm excited because I'm a big Nas fan. I often get told J. Cole's a lot like him.
Inspired by him, yeah, it's one of his inspirations.
And I haven't heard much. I've heard like J. Cole features. I've liked him. I just haven't really fully checked out too many albums.
I think this one you'd like less than the other one. I was gonna show you Born Sinner by J. Cole. I think I
might check that out as well.
They're both, for me, they're amazing albums, but as I sort of get a grasp on what you like in hip hop, it's not as heavy hitting, it's more soulful and deep than this one. I know you like them as well, but so this is J. Cole's Truly Yours number 1 EP.
Nice. And Sid, you have to listen to this as well because you're on this podcast. You don't have to do a review, but you have to listen to it. them be the rules.
Okay. Right.
Cool, so that's up for next week. Now we have our final word from our sponsor.
Hey there, take a look in the mirror. What do you see? A tiny penis? Not so nice Norks? Well, with Pete's Prosthetics, we can clone a better looking version of yourself and have you removed from the planet entirely for a small price of $9.99. Only at Pete's Prosthetics.
I have so many questions.
Can I ask the first
Do you
one?
die?
Have you watched Black Mirror?
No.
That's very similar to a story in Black Mirror.
Oh, was Black Mirror the one with loads of short stories?
Yeah, it's weird, but also cool.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
Is there a guy named Pete in it?
No, but there's a sort of a thing where they basically replace your body, or they sort of clone you and make you like an electronic version of yourself, and they can put you in another body after you die, which is pretty.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty dope. So, up for our final section is, what can you bring to the fable?
What can you
bring? Introducing Sid, who's been here the entire time. Hot twist.
Hi, every listener.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sid. You haven't heard from me today. So here's some me.
So you guys already know how this works. We won't do a full-on introduction, but it's similar to Jacky Boy Village.
Yeah.
Apart from dice are involved, so there's also an element of kind of luck and the dice gods and my ex-wife, Lady Luck, and what's not.
And the number one.
And the number one. So.
Sorry, it's a matter of a session restraint.
We'll do a cheeky little recap, I'm assuming.
Yes. It's not as little as any of the other ones I've done before previously. It's just like, what are you doing?
Trying to look for my stats.
Swap.
Oh, you got mine.
name,
Switching over. She sploop move. Back in the mood.
Splorf Morpheus back in the room.
Boom.
I didn't even read
Boom,
that.
boom, boom.
Before I start any of this, have I made a good Jack?
Yeah, you made a good. I feel like you and Jack are basically the same person.
That's good.
Yeah.
Through Jacky Boy Village, you made better decisions than Jack normally makes, but you almost got him killed with a very poor decision.
Yeah, that's what's known as swings and roundabouts.
Yes. So you've probably done standard Jack, almost dying, but somehow making it through.
Nice.
Normally through the power of Snozwiz.
Yes.
Yeah.
And non-dice based decisions.
And non-dice based decisions. I think we might benefit this time from not having Jack as a pilot. I'm joking. We obviously want Jack
I
back.
mean, you already crap.
He's currently conquering Rome. So.
Let's rock and roll, boys.
Let's
Okay.
do this.
The last time we encountered our heroes, they had recovered. Recovered a ship planned for Commander Evelyn Shirley and were given a ship of their own. As they set out on their journey, a distress signal ran out over the intercom. A local farm was having a problem with Squeeb Squab, a great green, grotesque globular creature. After flying their newly acquired ship straight through this creature, after attaching a giant drill to the front of it.
Not gonna lie, that was bad. I was like, fuck.
Lucky I found that in the cupboard.
Yeah, whoever had that idea is like a genius or something.
It wasn't me. The creature exploded onto the screen, and in their blindness flew into a barn-like structure. She Sploob Moob and a Splorf Morpheus awoke to the sound of metal banging on the outside of the ship.
I'm gonna be like, what the? I'm gonna. Oh, keep it down, kids. I'm trying to sleep in here.
Put my phone away and go. Low battery.
You noticed that Fenton hasn't woken up
I turned to check on Fenton.
using medicine. You notice that he is in fact breathing, alive, but unconscious. And maybe for the foreseeable future.
Almost for an entire episode.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna search Fenton.
Okay.
I'm gonna look him.
If I remember correctly, because his character sheet isn't even here either.
Here's a gun.
It's probably in Rome. He does have a laser rifle.
I'm gonna take the laser rifle. I'm gonna take his clothes.
Okay.
I'm gonna take his clothes.
I'm gonna leave his socks on.
I'll leave his socks. I'm gonna leave him with just his socks.
Okay.
I'm gonna take all his clothes. I'm just gonna take the clothes and put them into the compactor we have.
Okay, that happens. He doesn't wake up either. He just sits there naked with his appendages
Dangling.
exposed.
Okay, well, dangling's a bit of a
You've acquired
complimentary word.
stuff.
They can't just sit in.
And I go, Schmeep Schmoop, stop wanking off Fenton.
Like, Like, oh, come on, but it's our time of the week. I pocketed the money though. I've got because he had money on him.
Yeah, I remember he had 10, wasn't it? 10 credits. Sorry.
Yeah, we all had 10. I have 10 credits.
Yeah. And
the gun. See, this is going to be a test to see if Jack actually listens to our own podcasts. So if he doesn't notice who stole it, I'm going to safe. Cool.
But,
yes, I'm going to take
he's got 1 in 2 chance of actually getting it right, though. He doesn't even need to roll a dice.
True. Well, a raccoon stole it.
Should we go and search this big splooge monster?
So, well, no, we can't. There's banging on the outside the ship.
The big splooge monster is basically covering the entirety of your ship. You can't even see out the windscreen.
I was literally about saying, can I turn on the windscreen wipers?
It doesn't make a noise now, does it?
I hope you can hear that at home because that's an elite sound effects.
Yeah. Look at Shmoob, I go, yeah, cheers.
You see a bunch of angry farmers bashing your
We
your
just
ship.
saved them.
Yeah.
We blew up a barn, but that monster was going to kill them all.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Do you notice blood that isn't from the I can't remember the bloody word. It's very hard to.
The monster.
The Squeeb Squad.
Yeah, it's red blood, like human blood.
It's red blood, but you don't think it's human blood.
Oh, it might be sheep or something. Like we still saved it. I'm gonna do like a thumbs up out the window at these guys who are like angrily mobbing around us. I'm like, hey!
They flip you the bird.
Oh, I'm gonna flip it back.
They carry on banging your ship with, and you see some of them sort of standing back with shotguns and cattle prods.
We got pretty tankish. Yeah.
Some of them are bashing your ship, trying to get through. They can't seem to get through the space age materials with their puny steel pitchforks.
Right, I'm gonna see if the fucking turret's still active.
Okay.
show these motherfuckers some real like. Oh, that's a solidish roll. All right. Middle-ish.
You can't see this.
Oh, I can't see it. Oh.
I charged my phone a bit.
You break the charges in your attempt to put it.
God damn it! That's already charged a sploof.
I use my remaining battery to Instagram a picture of the farmers. #rural.
I use my phone to like it.
You hear a notification on your phone.
Yes.
Are you going to check it?
Yes.
1 like from She's Blue Moon.
Yes.
I like so, man. Cool. I'm gonna check on this turret though. I'm on the...
Okay. Yeah. I already rolled for that. Checking the turret, you noted that it is mostly activated. You think you could probably try and use it, however there's still a drill attached to the front of it.
Wait, oh man, I mean, running through people with drills pretty bad. I was going to point it as much as I can towards the farmers. Swivel.
I mean, the drill turns. But that's about it.
Oh, so the drill turns.
The drill's on the outside of the ship.
You
would need to exit the ship for this.
Or to full on pull the turret round.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to turn it on anyway, so if that scares me a little bit. I'm trying to activate it.
Okay. As you activate the drill, the farmers all of a sudden stop. They all stand back as if to say, they notice you. They're sort of a bit more okay. What's going on here? This isn't right. Something's wrong here.
I'm staring out the window.
just a complete blank face, just staring at him. It's amazing.
Can they see me?
Yeah, they can see you.
I start jacking off.
That happens.
I was drinking as you said that, and I almost died. I'm gonna look out the window. I'm gonna get all like, yeah, motherfuckers, you better run. Like, gonna big myself up. I'm like, yeah, because you know what this drill is. I'm gonna completely bullshit. I'm like, yeah, it's a laser accurate mining diamond drill. It cut you all in half in 5 seconds. It fires off the end, blows out brains, kills sheep. You ever heard of the boy who cried wolf? That's this drill.
Okay, you've said all that, but
yeah.
Actually, this is a spaceship. It doesn't have windows open.
Oh, okay. But I'm doing real like aggressive facial expressions as I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm still jacking off.
One or two of them can lip read, and they're like, "This guy might be serious."
Mm-hmm.
What are they saying about me?
That's what
this guy is not as serious.
What? I sternly look at them while I'm jacking off.
I've had enough of these farmers.
3 or 4 of them just turn away.
Well, I'm going to take that distraction to kick open the door heroically. Do we have a side door I can kick open, or do we have to go down the ramp?
Yeah. The door The door is on the side. Yeah, I'll see.
I'm gonna kick it.
Okay. You kick the door, but unfortunately your foot just sort of bounces off.
Oh.
The door makes a little creaking noise and nothing happens really.
Oh. I'm gonna be like, yo, Splorf, get the door.
I'm like, what?
You know, carry on wanking, but get the door.
In a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
Masturbation complete.
Okay, I go, alright. I pull my trousers up, don't clean up, and I just kick the door down, yeah.
Okay.
With a semi.
Successfully kicking the door down with a semi. the farmers all of a sudden crowd around you, angrily pointing their pitchforks at you. Not really saying much, more just sort of, loudly going.
I'm going to point my rifle out the door.
I'm going to point my laser rifle as well.
Yeah, I'm using the rifle I stole. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Aim it at them. I'm not going to start shooting yet. I'm going to chill.
I'm going to shoot a courtesy shot in the air.
Oh, yeah, fire a couple of warning shots.
Okay.
Plus.
Wow. Okay. Unfortunately, your intimidation tactics don't seem to be working. The farmers, although they know you've got guns, they know they have more numbers.
I shoot the nearest one. Straight in the face.
Okie dokie, what was that? You used a laser rifle, weren't you? Which is...
Okay. Yeah, no, these are my stats though.
Yeah, I know, but I haven't written down laser
rifle
rifle on your character sheet. Okay. Dealing 4 damage to the nearest farmer. All of a sudden, they're listening to you now.
Cool.
A large, more angry farmer comes up to you. He's the one wearing one of the ones wielding his shotgun. Comes up to you and he says, "You boys have destroyed my barn and my Brahmin."
I look for reassuring advice from Splorf about what the hell a Brahmin is.
And I'll be like, dude, you wear a Brahmin?
I laugh ridiculously over the top, like it wasn't even that funny. I'm like, to back up my homie, I'm like, and
I look at the other farming peasants, and I give them a little ready to laugh look at their face.
Yeah,
And no one laughs at you. The farmer, he looks at you and says, "That's not a funny joke. You know what a Brahmin is. You've seen them, the 2-headed large cow-like creatures."
I'm like, oh, we call them cows.
Well, that's stupid.
I shoot him in the nipple with the rifle.
Aiming at his nipple, you unfortunately go slightly wide and hit the beam behind him.
I say, yeah, that was a warning shot.
He shoots back at you with a shotgun.
Oh, fuck, I duck for cover back into the hole of the ship.
It's okay though, you don't even need to do it because he unfortunately misses.
I was a bit rude. I gave you a warning shot, you just tried to kill me.
He goes, "That was a warning shot."
I kind of give him that knowing look of like, well played, good sir, well played.
Game recognised game.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Well, me and my compadre here just saved, just us two. There's no one else here to help save your farms. Just us two. If there's any rewards going, kind of emphasis that over the top, shutting the door a little bit behind me so I can't see Fenton.
We killed the Squeep Squad,
we killed the Squeep Squad, man. Like, what were you guys gonna do to that? You can't even kill 2 uni graduates. You can't take down one of those bad boys. We saved your ass.
Yeah, you should be thanking us.
Yeah.
Saying thank you to you would be one true and then not. The thing is, you may have killed the Squeeb Squad, but unfortunately you also destroyed my Brahmin and my barn at the same time. Meaning that the reward you would have gotten is now going to be spent and dealt with the fact that I've got to deal with all this mess that you've made.
And I go, okay, bye. And I shut the door. Should we go, Shmeep Shmoop?
I was like, yeah, you know what? This guy's a bit of a... Yeah, I've got a plan. I say I've got a plan.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get the ship to take off.
Should we shut the door?
Yeah, shut the door on them.
I don't even say anything. I just look at them and shut the door.
And I just go, me no speak English.
He goes, "Well, fuck you too."
Got an idea, don't worry about it. Got an idea, mate. So we're going to see the status of the ship and if it's flyable.
Okay. Looking around the ship, you can't really tell too much because unfortunately neither of you are really the engineers. That is Fenton, and he is currently unconscious on the driver's seat.
I'm going to just
apart from socks.
turn to Shloom and like, fuck it. he's not going to wake up anytime soon. We know what he's like, big drama queen. One crash and he's out for a whole episode, that type of thing. Might as well be in Italy or something, I don't know.
What's in Italy?
So,
Should we shit in his pants?
he doesn't have any pants on.
He's naked. Apart from socks.
We could say he shat himself.
You could shit in his socks.
Shit in his socks.
We're shitting his
Cool,
socks.
we're shitting his socks.
And
Why
we'll put
don't I suggest that?
Well, while Splorf's doing that, I'm going to... Actually, no, you're the pilot. We'll both do it.
Successfully pooping in his socks.
Nice. I'm going to giggle.
I'm going to put him back on his feet.
Yeah, put him back on his feet.
Okay, so he's just like standing up.
No. He's just still laying
He's on
down.
the
He's
floor.
got
he's
poopy
on
socks on.
Yeah.
Poopy socks.
The only word you need to really hear is squelch.
So, cool. I'm going to be like, right, get on that joystick. Not Fenton's. Get us out of here.
I go, alright. Let me just see my phone. No bars. Okay, I'll take the wheel. I'll
Okay.
give it a shot.
You can try and go
Yeah.
up. Okay. You need to start the ship. How do you start the ship?
Red button.
Hey, I like applaud in the background. I'm like, my man.
Okay. The ship does in fact start. However, nothing much else happens at the moment.
I got it started.
I'm going to say,
You get it finished.
alright, I walk up to the controls.
Yep.
And I pull back on the main controls. Shit. I just saw that roll. Folks at home, it did not go well.
Are you ready for the fun time? Okay, putting back on the controls. The ship starts bucking. It bucks upwards. It starts to seem as if it's flying. All of a sudden, the engines die, and the ship veers off to one side. As it veers off to one side, it destroys the rest of the barn and kills 7 farmers, including the leader of the farmers.
Oh, at least the leader's dead. Right.
Yeah, I didn't like that guy anyway.
Is the ship stopped working now
The
again?
ship has unfortunately stopped working and is in fact starting to catch fire.
I look at
Oh
Schmeek.
shit! This is why I'm not the pilot. I make sure I've got my cookies. We should probably get Fenton out of the ship if it's on fire. I don't know. I look for a fire extinguisher. We're on a ship.
Yes.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
folks at home, it's gone well.
Okay, not noticing a fire extinguisher, but you do notice the fire evacuation procedure.
Yeah.
I follow it.
Yeah, I do it.
Okay, following the fire evacuation, you pull the fire hand, all of a sudden the entire ship starts filling with foam slowly.
Foam party.
I put on some music. Bam, ba-na-na-na, bam, bam.
Start dancing in foam.
Yeah, the foam foam keeps filling up the ship. You think it probably might suffocate you if you don't try and get out quite soon.
We'll open the door, I reckon. The small door.
Okay,
That we kicked open before.
the door opens.
Cool.
The foam starts spilling out of that door a little bit, but it's carrying on filling the ship because it's coming in the ship too quickly.
I open the big... I grab Fenton, not by the socks. I'm not nowhere near that. I'm going to grab
him by the hands.
I'm going by the head.
By the
I'm
cup.
going to lift him up by the head. And I take him over to the big door we have, the slow motion one that comes down really epically.
Yep.
And I try and open that.
That doesn't open. Unfortunately, you believe that's been closed by the lockdown procedure. After putting the button, only the little door opens.
Is there any more doors?
No, it's just the little one. Just the one that you could get through earlier to speak to the farmers.
Right, I'm going to pull Fenton and we're like, come on, Splorf, and we're going to go out the small door. Because, I mean, the foam will eventually go, won't it, afterwards? So.
Let me grab my phone.
I'm alright, mate.
Alright.
I head out first with
Okay.
Fenton.
As you head out, you trip on the edge and fall out, dragging Fenton with you as well. You have escaped the ship, but you have in fact landed in a muck pile from the Brahmin.
Can I swing to use his body as a landing fin?
Unfortunately not. As you fall, you let go of him and he lands on top of you in the muck pile.
I could take a picture of this quickly on my phone. Instagram, #YOLO.
You have no bars.
No! I get up quickly and I wipe all the muck off onto Fenton.
Okay. That noise happens when you go...
And it's all down. Cool. Is there any more farmers?
Well,
Farmers can over.
We're just sort of out the ship now.
We're out
With
the
a
ship.
shitty
Well, you're
Jack. With shitty
You're
shots
still
on.
you're still
socks
in
on.
there. You're still in the ship.
Like, come
I-
on,
Your phone, you were at the door taking pictures.
I get a rope and I sort of
That's a good
I
idea.
sort of rope myself down with the rope I have on me.
Okay. Yes, that successfully happens. You are down on the floor now.
So all these like farmers, the leader's gone, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to the surviving farmers with my arms held out to the side, and they'd be like, "I am the saviour of your prophecies you have been waiting for. All hail, sheesh, bloob, moo." And I kind of just stand there with my arms holding up my side and seeing if they're buying it.
They look at you like, what the
I'm like, yeah, that's damn right. What the fuck? Like, you didn't think this day would ever come, but
and one of the farm children just runs at you with a cattle prod.
I kick it.
Successfully kicking the child. The child is successfully kicking the child. The child starts flying through the air and somehow ends up inside the ship.
Phone party. I'm like, so I say, thy is thy number one commandment. Do not attack the sheesh blue moo.
They are slightly confused and they just want you to leave.
I say,
Cliffhanger.
yeah.
Cliffhanger.
Should I leave it there?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm determined to make these people believe I'm a god.
I don't think that's going to work.
I think we did really good. I think Jack's going to be pissed off next time he turns up with
This outside the ship.
naked, covered in shit, his own feces in his socks. No money, no clothes. I have a new rifle.
You say new rifle, you mean old rifle from Jack?
No.
That he stole off of a dead bandit anyway.
This is a completely different rifle I got in the store when Jack wasn't here.
You can't fool me, I'm in charge of this shit.
Yeah, I can fool Jack though. That's my plan. Nice, that went really well, man.
Cool.
So that's been us, the 2.5 failing actors.
Yeah.
I've been Jordan,
I've been Sid.
aka Jack.
I've been V-Man.
And you've been absolutely wonderful. Not really, you're probably just sitting here eating food, slouched in your bed, thinking about what the point of life is, and you've just wasted an hour of your life.
Or driving to work when actually it makes sense to listen to this sort of thing.
Any suggestions, email us at freefailingactors, that's free the number, at gmail.com. That's freefailingactors at gmail.com.
And if anyone's seen our friend Charlotte Maskell wandering the streets, please send us a message.
And a Costa.
Catch you later.
Bye!